Well, it just so happens that about 16 or 17 miles south of Edinburgh, Scotland's capital, is GOREBRIDGE. Funny enough, my parents came from GOREBRIDGE and stuff like that, and there's up in the old mine, or the camp as the locals call it, probably because aliens are camped out there, a water facility seems to supply an alien base, basically. The aliens have been there a long time, and everyone gets hassled, not by guys that just look like this of course, but everyone gets hassled when they go up there. I mean, it's shape-changing, Men in Black, Mad Max, you name it. So you're looking up on the hill, and the entrance is in plain view. They got holograms there of a transit van, and the transit van holograms, well, I mean, it doesn't keep its shape, and there's all sorts of activity going on about it, and it's stuff that kind of makes you think it's not really a transit van. And then there's some big stuff at the back of it that couldn't really have come out of a transit van, and then, you know, there's stuff happening, going on there, and this transit van's there and there and there. You take some photographs of it and you see this big creature coming out the back of it. Goodness gracious, who's this guy? That's a giant grey, or a mantis maybe, I don't know. Big being anyway. And then you look up at the hill, and there's same places where the transit van is. There's this moonlander thing there. There's little black triangles flying about. I've got small black triangles flying about. There's no doubt the security drones or whatever. In the meantime, this stuff's parked up in front of the base entrance. The base entrance is in plain view of the entire Midlothian. You can see it from everywhere in plain view. So they've got all this stuff going on, and there's little people roaming about. So you say, well, okay, the little glowing white people under conical force fields and stuff like that. Well, that sounds like a great thing, you know. There we are, our interstellar star brothers are roaming about in plain view in front of everybody. How can this be? You know, and there they are. You know, they've got this conical force field. Is quite a you know, standard thing. It's general issue Imperium class conical force field. Ships have got, oh, there's a shape-shifting car. 1 minute it looks like a shoe, and the next minute it looks like nothing very much in particular. Which brings us back to the transit van. There's another transit van that's sort of losing its integrity. Oh, and there's a big Draco. It's a bit more like a circus. This actually an extraterrestrial circus. A Draco from Serpent's constellation, red dragon. It's a bit draconian looking, certainly. Got the wings and stuff like that. So perhaps it comes from the Serpent's constellation, Ophiuchus, stuff like that. Big Draco, maybe not wearing any human hologram at the moment. So just kind of stretching out au naturel, as it were, in the woods. And then Dalhousie Castle, picture on the top, picture on the bottom. You know, these are split seconds, about 4 or 5 seconds. Some orbs coming up around this strange industrial estate, and then suddenly you see this white car coming out of the entranceway, and it gets followed by the orbs. Well, as the car's getting followed by the orbs, it just so happens that the car's changing shape as well. So, you know, and what can you say? There's a shape-changing car getting followed about by orbs. And to be honest, I think I probably get followed about by orbs as well. Everyone's getting followed about by these alien droids that are floating about. So you can see that, oh, and yeah, you're just minding your own business, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a car pops out of the hillside of a specially custom designed road. Oh, that'll be the entrance to the underground base then. It did the flap, it just lifts up like a little cat flap. And oh, who's that? That's a little grey keeping watch. And he's got these two sort of droids on his shoulder thing. They generate his invisibility force field. Though he's probably let himself be photographed by me. I'm quite sure that guy knew I was photographing him. Knew he's being watched, obviously. And then they generate the force field. And usually in that kind of force field you can't really see them if they don't really want you to see them, you know. So I take it I'm getting to photograph them. I know that'll be some of the starport security droids wandering about, probably a gun platform or something like that, you know. Thankfully it ended up facing the other way, so it wasn't going to shoot me up today then, you know. So it's good that I didn't get lasered by a Starship Enterprise or whatever it is. The observation droids flying about all over the place, sitting up in the trees and stuff like that, and probably a big force-field generator or ship. That could be a ship sitting in the field as well. Seems to be a lot of activity in that field. Some big ships coming out with big abductions. That's quite a small triangle. That's not a big triangle. Kind of looks big. It's not a big triangle. It's quite small. It's about car sized. That is about transit van sized as well. Actually, that ship thing, generator thing. And then again, I just had to show you again. You can see the flap opening up and the car coming out. The space between the two photographs was 4 seconds. Humanoids roaming about in plain view of GOREBRIDGE, and what can you say? Humanoids are roaming about, and some strange forms in the trees. They do this with holograms all the time. The Marshmallow Man's coming to get me, or somebody more aggressive than that running towards me, kind of soldiers. So I guess this is a warning. Fair enough, you know. You understand, there's all that hardware floating about, then obviously somebody is just letting me know that, you know, you got to be sort of just careful. Greys about, I mean, there was at least, I know there were several other greys there, but that's the one that I got to see anyway. And they've got all that technology, so they're more than happy to sort of show you using it. That's another story entirely. Anyway, I got away this time, but let's hope I don't have to go back and photograph more of that. But plenty of it any day of the week. That's the status quo here for millennia.